Hey, wanted to talk to you about my system that I use whenever I go looking at a house for design. Now, one of the things I want to also put into your mind, you are not just a designer, you are a designer salesperson. What this means is, yes, we have to create an eloquent, beautiful design that fits all of the design principles that we see in basic landscape architecture, but also equally is a salesperson. As a salesperson, you've got to return the call quickly. You've got to be confident when you're on the phone and when you're out there with a customer. You have to be knowledgeable about what you're talking about. You have to have good follow through, a clear estimate, a clear design that is easy for the customer to follow. What are they, when they look at their estimate, they should understand what they're getting in their design for that money. So let's take a look at this particular house behind me, and we're going to talk about a method that I've developed to do more than just capture images or capture, I guess, scenes for your design, but a little bit more than that. So let's turn our attention to this house. So here we are. What's wrong with what you see right here? Well, the frame of reference is entirely too tight. So what we want to do is we want to pull this out right here. Okay. So I'm also looking at this from a perspective of how will this house be viewed? In other words, other than this person right here, they're not going to really view the house a lot from this angle. This house, in terms of curb appeal, is going to be viewed more from this angle over here, right here. Now, one of the things I'm doing, I'm pausing so that I can take a screenshot of this. I'm also going to pull in so I have options for different apertures of the screenshot that I will take to look at this. So I'm gonna walk down here. While I'm walking, I want y'all to look at something. All of these are just the basic, boring, let's do a 3-foot bed around the house and drop in a couple bushes. That's just your most basic design, and we can do way better than that. So here we are again, looking at this house. I'm gonna pause here, screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Okay, let's walk around a little bit more. Now, right now, I'm getting this set up for taking photos of different things, but here's another thing that I'm doing. I'm documenting what I'm looking at. In other words, right now to Miss Peabody, all I'm doing is taking pretty pictures, but I'm also documenting what this house looks like, so that when Miss Peabody goes, "Hey, you cracked my driveway," we go, "Look, Miss Peabody, when we got here, before we ever set foot on your lawn with any of our equipment, there was already cracks in your driveway." So that is one thing. I'm also taking an inventory of where everything is, so that when I'm sitting at the design board or design screen or whatever, maybe there's a detail that I forgot. Like, where does our gas line come in? Oh, here's our gas line. Look, there's a condenser. Maybe we need to do something with that. There's just a lot of data that I can gather while I walk around here. That will help out. Another thing that I'm even thinking about, look, my shadow. Most likely, I'll check this later, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so more than likely this is west. In fact, I know it's west because I checked it later, but I just figured that out. The sun rises behind me. My shadow will be towards the west, and in the afternoon, my shadow will switch and be in the other direction. If this is west, there's east. Here's another thing too. See the shadow on this fence? This is south through here. So what that means is the shadow will always be cast on the north side. Little tidbit right there. So the next thing I'm looking at here is, what can we do in this space? And I'm going to pause right here so that I can potentially show him what can be done with this to make it a little bit better. I'm even going to come over here in this corner and take this scene so that he can see and experience our design from what he would be seeing whenever he's sitting on this porch right here. So another thing that I like to do, like if you see this scene, you don't have a reference of where you are. Like if I'm the customer, I sort of know that where I'm sitting, but if I back this out a little bit more, I have this post and I have this corner that gives me a frame of reference of where I'm sitting right now. So I'll come over here. This is what I'm looking at. One of the things on this particular job that I want to do is I want to hide this house. I also know the sun will be setting in the west, so if I'm sitting right here, it's going to be shining right on my face. So I'm really tempted to put a tree here and maybe another one over here, so then the western sun will be casting shadows in my direction. We're going to be looking at doing something on this hillside. Again, I've got this in here, and I have frames. I have frames that reference this area. Doing a quick scan around here. Again, maybe there's a dent right there. Miss Peabody wants to blame us for that dent. We get Miss Peabody, look, it was already here. See a potential problem that we could solve. And then we're coming over here. I know if we're doing irrigation, we may go, where's a power source? There's a power source. By code right now, they always have to have a power source by an AC. So that helps out some. So that's a little bit of the thought process that goes through my mind. Walk around with a video, pause where you envision being a good spot to take photos for your design and run with it from there. Again, remember, you're a salesperson. You don't just do a pretty design, you create a fantastic customer experience.